Can I be on your podcast now? Podcast, let's go!
Hey guys, welcome back to Mic Dropping. You got Mike here.
You got Trev.
You got Joe here.
Like we said, a regular on the podcast now. Welcome to the studio, Joe, and welcome to the live viewers. We got you on Instagram Live today, and if you wanna check us out live, then we can start telling you guys on Instagram when we're gonna be going live with an episode. So
Yep.
This episode sponsored
Joe,
by
you're too-
Top Ramen.
Okay.
Let's go.
we got Top
Yeah.
Ramen.
Top Ramen, hit him up. All right, so let's get to the episode here, boys. Joe will be checking our facts because this will be a factual episode.
As well
And-
as joining in.
And we will be discussing Hitler and facts you didn't know about Hitler. So this episode we hope you enjoy and find interesting, and we're going to kick it off. Trevor, do you want to go first, or I can
go
Give
first
one.
with
All right.
yeah. Well, we kind of discussed this one a little bit earlier, but we talked about how Hitler actually dated a Jewish girl in high school. So adjusting the mic over. Yeah, so it's kind of interesting that
Oh, so you're stealing my fact then.
it was on the same article, but
It wasn't an article, it was a video that I watched, but it's okay.
It was on an article.
What
Fine.
was her name?
Anne Frank.
Stephanie Isaacs.
Same thing.
I
Okay.
cannot believe. Okay, so Hitler had this Jewish girlfriend. Her name was Stephanie Isaacs, and he reportedly had dreams and fantasies about her, and also this. And he got rejected by her. That should be made known.
And I wonder if that led into.
His hatred for.
I mean, he blamed it
Yeah.
on like a need for an Aryan race, like the Aryan Brotherhood of being pure and stuff. But I wonder if that played into
Like a hard breakup, and he just sort of held some.
Well, it said the passion which Hitler stalked her and
Gotta get closer.
fantasized. He
He's-
fantasized about kidnapping her and committing suicide.
Yeah, that was what I was going
Is
to get
what
to.
you were trying to say.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So he said some fantasies were good, and then some he kidnapped her, and then some killed each other. Or no, they killed themselves with each other. Like
were they
Romeo and
dreams
Juliet.
or were they fantasies? Like it seems like
Fantasies were the good, and then dreams were the bad, or just I don't know if it happened. Like he just thought of these things, or if it happened naturally. But either way, it's kind of interesting seeing how history played out after that, and how that could have influenced the decisions he made in the future without even anyone knowing it. Did you have? Oh, I guess you introduced that one. So I guess my second fact is, where do you guys? What do you guys think Hitler's nationality lies, or where do you think he's from?
I know because I remember this from history
Okay.
class.
Well, he's Austrian, and that might come as a shock to all of you because he was the Führer and he was a diehard German. But it said that his connection with Germany and his sort of devotion to Germany sort of came to light, or
During the Weimar Republic after World War I, right?
well, this said he grew to despise Austro-Hungarian Empire
Well, yeah,
and began
yeah.
to express loyalty to Germany. It says he had an affinity for Germany, which wasn't at all unusual, and he had some. I thought it was a teacher. Maybe not. Oh yeah, influenced by the tutelage of his high school teacher Leopold Posch. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Who had strong German nationalist sensibilities. So he was influenced by him and also what Joseph was saying. And so that sort of inspired his love for Germany and his hatred for the Austro-Hungarian Empire. So that's also an interesting thing for how everyone sees him in sort of black and white, like he's a diehard German. He was
and he wasn't even from.
the most German of anyone that ever lived, but he's Austrian. was Austrian.
Well,
Joe, you got any interesting Hitler facts for us?
I got a sick Hitler fact for you.
Hit us with it.
Okay, so you did
Here,
know that Hitler, he was interested in art school, correct?
Yeah.
He was trying to get in to the Academy of Fine Arts in Vienna.
Mm-hmm.
But did you know when he was rejected, he was... oh, wait.
He was probably pretty upset.
Yeah, he was upset.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was going to say.
crazy fact: Hitler too had emotions.
Well, he became like an art connoisseur too, right? And like he would,
the opposite.
No, every work of art he ever made was like a professional failure.
No, I don't mean. I mean like he
'Cause
he
kept
he didn't
trying.
review art, but he would. Well, I forget where.
I thought it was like he spent a lot of his troops destroyed. Like as they went through Europe, they destroyed all the.
I think it was more of a
the
collection.
paintings. No, they didn't collect them.
I think
You've never
they did.
heard. You've never heard people talk about how like so much art was lost, like so much Renaissance art.
Well,
and-
yeah, but I
and
don't think that's
famous-
because he destroyed it. I think it's because, like he didn't set out to destroy it.
Yeah, that might not have been the purpose, but it's like he knew that was, like when they burnt everything down as they moved along that was gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm not. I've read like a couple different. Yeah, it says this article is titled "Why Hitler Stole Art." Because I thought he found pieces that he liked and collected them and sort of like reviewed, or he was like
Just
really
enjoyed
good at
it, yeah.
really good at. He had like an eye for it, but he never
know.
was successful in his artwork itself. I don't know. We'd have to do a little bit more research on that. Joe's our fact checker, so he can enlighten us. One very interesting fact: 1938, the year before the big invasion, he was named Time Magazine's Man of the Year
Yeah,
because
Okay.
on the outside he was a great guy and he was helping.
that's true and
he
not
was-
true, because Time Man of the Year doesn't necessarily have to have like positive effect. It's just the most influential, most talked about. So I'm sure people still
what
had.
he was doing was still not quite.
Well, yeah, but I don't think they had him. I don't think they had him in there based off or had him in Times Magazine's based off of what he was doing wrong at that point. Because they didn't. Not really many people knew.
I think it was just
What year was
perception.
this?
1938, the year before the war started.
But during that time, he was spending
was
his time
still
bullying,
making
bullying the
his
countries
moves.
around him,
Yeah,
trying
that-
to like get them to, because his goal as
I'd like to read that.
the
actually.
Führer was he wanted more living space for Germany because, the Treaty of Versailles from World War I had just completely destroyed Germany's economy. If you don't know what the Treaty of Versailles was, that was when after World War I, after Germany was defeated the first time, it was a treaty signed to make Germany pay reprimands for all the damage they had done. So basically, they were in Germany as an entire country was just in debt for all the damage they caused, which one isn't going to be the way to get an ally after you destroy someone. Like take Japan for instance, we didn't alienate them and make them rebuild themselves. The Americans went in, they helped them build their economy. They got like a booming car industry.
We turned them into
A democracy, yeah. Before they had an emperor, so
It was a
kind of like
monarchy.
it was kind of like the same thing as Hitler. But we didn't make them pay for all the damage. We actually spent our own resources to help them build into a country that is viable and can be productive in the world economy. And that's what the Treaty of Versailles didn't do after World War I. And that's
Well, yeah, it made
That's
them
what
pay like
started-
what was it? Insane.
billions and billions, yeah.
Like almost 120 billion in reparations
and
for themselves, which they knew that they
they
could
didn't
pay.
have enough land to produce
Anything,
resources
yeah.
to be able to do that, and that's why Hitler was trying to expand outward, taking over countries. And at first, like we were saying, getting back to the main point, was he was trying to secretly do that just through like underlying bullying tactics, and it made him look like a really good negotiator when it was
Yeah.
actually bullying,
Yeah.
and that might be why he was on.
It said the title was more of a measure of newsworthiness and impact rather than endorsement or like praise.
Impact. I think impact. Yeah,
Yeah.
impact would be a big one because it's negative and
It would be
positive.
like, yeah, but I feel like that would be. Hey, we have a viewer. I feel like that would be
Joseph, comment on the live stream so that we have some engagement.
similar to, say, Kim Jong Un. I guess it would be similar to. We know Kim Jong Un is doing worse things than we knew Hitler was in 1938, though. So that would be different.
Oh, you
than
mean like
making him
we
man
know
of the
that
year.
he's doing bad
Yeah.
stuff where people didn't
That
know
would be a lot
Hitler-
different than making him man of the year this year, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. He's like he has the newsworthiness and impact. Type
And
thing.
during the time of the year, the Olympics was held in Berlin to try to, like, it was kind of a play to make friends with Germany because of what we said before. They were starting their bully tactics, and the world was trying to appease him. And the Olympics was held there to try to do some of that, which was
Yeah.
kind of interesting that kind of backfired. Because he was openly not racist, anti-Semitic in
Yeah.
He was racist.
Yeah, he was pretty.
He was racist. Did you know though he was actually a feminist? He anti-Semite, racist, like did horrible things, but he was like a avid feminist and like
Yeah, that's interesting. And animal activist. That was actually a fact that I read that I didn't think would be necessarily super important, but that I just mentioned that.
it's kind of crazy that like as a feminist like that he had to be so insane to like discount Jews like as not being humans.
Yeah.
I don't know how you get from one idea like feminism and also have another idea like of
That's like saying I am obsessed with dogs and I love dogs and then trying to kill every poodle because you don't think they're dogs.
yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. Joe, anything?
Well, did you know that Hitler was a very big Disney fan?
Oh,
and
I
he
did.
very much respected Walt Disney, as well as Henry Ford.
I mean,
Henry Ford, sorry to cut you off. Henry Ford had a full sized painting of Hitler in his room.
He did. But yeah, Hitler claimed that Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs was one of the greatest films ever made. Even owned a complete print of it.
I mean, you can be an absolute psychopath, but you gotta admit to the genius in Disney's works. We all gotta.
Oh
admit to
yeah.
it. So. Anything else, boys? I think that might wrap it up for our little fact by fact escapade. Our Hitler.
Exploration of the
Yeah.
evils of Hitler.
And I got a special fact just for the live stream viewers.
Thank you guys for checking in, for listening to this week's episode of the podcast. You can catch us on Friday and Monday. So the next one will be Monday. Yeah, so stay tuned for that. And you were listening to Mic Dropping. Trevor and Micah out.
Peace.
And Joseph out.
See ya.